Hey y'all, welcome back to the Not Bitter, Better podcast. My name is Tiffany Renee, and if this is your first time joining me, welcome to the party. Here on the Better, Not Bitter podcast, it's all about choosing to be better and not bitter. And today we're talking about a topic that just doesn't get enough love. It's choosing to be single by choice, which basically just translates into choosing yourself over dating. So to my ladies out there who are still being asked, why are you single? This episode is for you. You don't owe anyone any explanation for choosing yourself. You don't have to justify why you're not dating and why you're not actively seeking a relationship. Your choice to be single is valid, it's powerful, and it's an act of self-care. You know, I can't tell you how many times someone has asked me, why are you single? And my initial reflex is always to say, mind your business. I'm single because I want to be single. It's like as soon as you tell someone you're single, they automatically think something is wrong with you. As if you're always supposed to be on the hunt for this relationship thing. And for women, especially single women, everybody and their grandmom has an opinion as to why you're single, or worse, why you shouldn't be. But here's the thing, y'all. Choosing to be single is a valid choice if it works for you. Let me repeat it for the people in the back. Choosing to be single is a real and valid choice if it works for you. Just because society tells us that we should always be dating or we should at least be putting ourselves out there, it doesn't mean that's what's right for you. And I'm sure we can all agree that constantly looking for a relationship is exhausting and it's a gamble. So you may win one and you may lose one, but losing that one can take years to recover from. So the idea that people have in their minds that single people are either bitter or broken or just waiting for the right one is a tired narrative. Sometimes, and more often than not, you're single just because you choose to be. And maybe if people can start to think beyond their own thoughts, they would realize that some people may actually have goals that they're working on, kids that they're trying to raise, or maybe, just maybe, they enjoy their own company so much that they're taking the time out to find themselves, heal from the last fucked up relationship, or they simply just don't want the drama of dating right now. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I remember a conversation that I had with someone not too long ago, and they said, but don't you want to find love? Don't you get lonely? And I had to laugh, not because it wasn't a valid question, but because it showed how deeply ingrained it is in people's brains to think that you're not whole unless you're attached to someone. And that's completely not true. I'm whole because I am happy with me and who I am. I enjoy my own company. And that should be more important than anything else or anyone else. So I don't know why it bothers people when a woman says, I'm good by myself. It's like society can't handle a woman who's confident in her singleness. We're taught to believe that a relationship is an end-all be-all, and our goal should be to find that one person as soon as possible. But why? Why do we equate being in a relationship with success and happiness? Especially when a relationship does not guarantee either or. But here's the truth. Being single by choice means that you're empowered, whether people want to admit that fact or not. It means that you're not settling for less than you deserve, and you're not chasing after validation through someone else. And you're not waiting for someone to complete you because you already know that you are complete on your own. And anyone else who comes along is an added value. They are a want and not a need. And there is power in knowing that and in choosing yourself whenever you need to. Now, I'm not saying that relationships are bad. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not saying that women should never date. Absolutely not. But what I am saying is being single should be celebrated the same way as being in a relationship or being married. Because if you're single by choice, you're not forcing yourself into a relationship that you don't want to be in and leading someone down a road that you actually don't want to go down with them. You're making a conscious decision to focus on yourself, your goals, and your happiness. More importantly, you're making a conscious choice to focus on loving yourself. And that's something we're celebrating, not being shamed for. And if we're being all the way honest, dating can be fun, but it can also be stressful. So it's okay to take a step back and say, you know what? I'm good for right now. I'm going to focus on me. And it doesn't mean that you will never date again. And it absolutely does not mean that you're bitter or closed off to love. It just means that right now, in this moment, you're investing in you. And guess what? That's more than okay. It's actually amazing. So the next time someone says, "Why are you single?" just smile and say, "Because I'm choosing me." You don't owe anyone any explanation beyond that. Because your happiness doesn't depend on whether you're dating or not. And you have the right to live your life on your terms, without the pressure of having to fit into society's outdated relationship guidelines. Because at the end of the day, choosing to be single is choosing to prioritize your well-being. And in a world that tells us that we need to be paired up in order to be happy, choosing to be single is not an act of rebellion. It actually is an act of self-love. All right, y'all, I could go on and on about what it means to choose yourself over anyone else first and foremost, and how being single by choice is not something that you should be ashamed of. But we've come to the end of this episode on the Not Bitter Better podcast. I hope that this conversation reminds you that being single by choice is a power move. Don't let anyone shame you for choosing yourself over dating, because you're doing what's best for you, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, share, and follow, and share this message with a friend who may need to hear it. And make sure that you subscribe to the Not Bitter Better podcast so that you don't miss an episode. Until next time, my loves, remember, life is too short to be bitter, so let's be better together. I'm Tiffany Renee, and this is the Not Bitter Better podcast. I'll catch you next time.